Hello everyone, I'm here with another sewing machine. The lady thought there was something wrong with the belts, but I didn't see anything wrong with the belts. And I told her that I'll be switching out her tire. The tire is a little loose and starting to crack. But I told her I'll do that in a little bit. I wanted to make the video first so I don't forget, and then I'll switch out her tire. Anyway, let's see what else I gotta do. Oh yeah, this is a Singer. I'll see get you up close up. It's a Singer, and the model number is right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's 403A. Okay, they made a whole bunch of these. They're made them. I think I have another one on there that's 401. No, 401G. I think it is. This one's an A, so it's made in America. So when you see an A at the end of it, means this one's made in America. Some were made in Germany. Some were made in different places. So the last letter on this one is an A for America. So this one actually runs very quiet. She had, let me see if I can show it to you. She had a bunch of really, she must have sewed like it. I was thinking about it when I was taking that out. I said, man, that looks like a dang Easter bunny. She sewed an Easter bunny in there. So, but it has pink, blue, and gray little like looks like stuffing in a way, but I think she was like sewing something really fluffy. And I took the old grease out, because when you re-oil your sewing machine, always remember to wipe out the grease, the old grease that it's been in there for a while, because sometimes that kind of helps. That actually makes your sewing machine get sluggish if it's been like over a year and you have the same oil in there, and then you add more oil on top of that oil, and then suddenly it starts acting sluggish. Well, sometimes it's just too much oil or too much grease or something you put in your sewing machine can cause that, because what happens, all this little thread and all that little fluff gets stuck in all that grease, and it gets stuck in there and it slows your machine down. So I found it all in here. This is a top feed, so you know what this is. Right here is called a top feed. She didn't have a bobbin, so I had to go dig out one of my bobbins. I do have bobbins for sewing machines. I prefer to have you have a bobbin. You bring yours, put it in the machine, and when that way the thing can stay threaded. The thing will, you can see how it's threaded in there, so you don't forget. But when you do take and you thread this one, you put your, like when you have the waterfall effect, you look at it and it's running this way. You drop it into here, because these are called drop-ins. You drop it in, you put it here, and then you slide it across, because there's a tension right there. And then there's a little, I don't know if I can get this focused or not, but there's a little ding right there, and that's where you put the material over. This one has a little opening slot here. What that is for is when you have it put over and you start closing it, you can put the string up higher, and you don't even have to bring it up through. The machine will bring it up through. But that's just another way of doing it. Okay, let's go over it a little bit more, because I know I get these sewing machines all the time and people say, I can't find the reverse. All right, this is your length of stitches. So you can go tighter or wider. I have it on the widest stitch, okay? When you want to reverse, all you do is you move this forward like up here. That's reverse. Okay, you can see the motion down, up. So it moves. So this up means reverse. Down means forward, okay? This is her rewinder. And what you do is you want to put your bowl thread here. And let me think of this thing in focus, because I don't know if she has a manual. I didn't get one with it. And you want to go, let me think if I remember that. You go up this way and back this way into the spool, okay? And then this comes, well, this goes up. That's right, because it's not down. It goes up like this, and it'll run off of here. But see, this is starting to get really easy to move. It shouldn't be easy to move, and it's starting to crack. And I told her you might maybe get another 6 months out of it, but it'll probably just fly off or literally just crack off and break in pieces. So I told her I gave her the option. If she wanted me to go ahead and change it, I will. Or she can just let it go until it rots off. I mean, it's up to her. And you put your bobbin, your bobbin on here, and it runs it from like here, this way around, up into there, and then it will run and fill it up slowly. This is your guider. I mean, a lot of people think you have to thread it through there. No, that is a guide that tells the machine to stop, winding when it starts hitting it. You can move it this way or that way. I put it right dead center, dead center, so that way it'll slowly fill up and then it'll be done. Okay, so then when you're done with it, you put it back down so it's hidden. A lot of the newer ones put them all up in here and they're running off the wheel from the inside up here. But this is the one that's on the outside. So that way it's easier to change your tire. A lot of people don't know how to change the tire up here because you have to move all kinds of stuff. Then you're like, wonder if I get it back in, or is it going to sew, or something's going to go wrong. And they usually get me to do it and stuff. So whenever I change the tire and they said they don't want anything else done, they just need to change the tire or put a light bulb in, I charge you for the light bulb, and then it's only half an hour of my time. So if you know how much I get per hour, you cut it in half, and that's what you do. And when I put the light bulbs in or put a tire on, which is really easy and you could actually do it, unless it's up in here and I have to move a bunch of stuff and then put it back, then that would be a 30-minute job. Or not, yeah, 30-minute job. This would be a 30-minute job because I have to, pull out this thing to bring out the light. Okay, the light works differently. You have to turn it on like this, but the machine is still on, but this is just turning the light on so you can see. I like the lights on the old-fashioned Singers because they're so bright, and they put them in the area where you can see, which is awesome. Let's see. I can't make a zigzag because she gave me a foot that only does straight stitch, so I don't want to do that and break her needle. That's a brand new needle. Her own needle was broken right at the tip. You want to make sure your needle's not broken. It's got a point. It's in the center. You know how I am with my centers. I always like everything in the center. This is her width where she wants to make zigzags, but we're not doing that. And she has a cam in this one right there, and it's a zigzag cam. She can probably put different cams in here and do all kinds of really cool stuff. It has two spool things here, like if you're working with two different colors and you're like, you don't want to keep putting it down. You can put one spool here, one spool there. You can put a double needle in these machines. They work really well. This is your foot pressure knob. I have it halfway because I'm working with cotton. If I'm working with leather or anything like heavy denim, you want it all the way down because you want that pressure to pull that through for you. Okay. If you're doing like knits or a light type material, you don't want it to grab the material because it'll literally put all kinds of problems in your fabric. So you want it loosened up a little bit so you have more leeway with it. Okay. Let's see what else we got to go here. I got reverse. We did that. Oh, and this is how you move your throat plate. This is okay. Let me lift this up so I can show it to you. Pull this out. Okay, this is your throat plate. This is your feed dogs, okay? You can remove this. This one has one where you just do this and there's no screws, and you just slide it up and out. And then you can take and clean those with a toothbrush. Take an old toothbrush, make sure you get it good and clean, boil it or whatever, and use it to brush it back and forth and get rid of the junk in the feed dogs. That can make it sluggish too, okay? And I think that's also something I'm doing here. Now I gotta try to figure out how to put this so I can, show you guys how it sews. It was loud and noisy at first. I wanted to run it before, I ran it a little bit before let's just do it like this, make it easier. I don't have to mess with that. Anyway, and let's see. On this one here, it has a diagram. Some of them do, some of them don't, how to thread it, okay? And basically it's pretty well simple. The same way I showed you down here is the same way that is. You put it in there, you slide it across, and it comes out here, and then you lay it across, and usually you can have the needle pick it up, or you can have it to where it's sticking out through that little hole, and then it'll pull it through so it won't get in the way. Okay, but I'm still going to demonstrate that because I want to show people. This is your uptake. Okay, when you go to thread your machine, you always want this up. Okay, opens up these chambers right here. See this chambers? I don't know if you can see it. See the chambers are nice and loose and everything, and there's like two symbols. You want it between the two symbols, the thread. Okay, so you always want to start from the back, and you come this way, and you go through the little hookup right here, straight down into the little two pieces I was telling you about. It's nice and loose. Come up, pull it this way, pull it back, and it'll go into this little, I don't know if you guys can see it, like over thing on this little guy. It's the part that helps regulate your tension. And then it goes back into here, up here. You thread it through this little guy. That's your uptake that pulls it through the machine. Down here into the hook up here. And there's one here. And one right here. And sometimes there's one right there too. And into your needle. Okay? Then, when you're done, you want to put this down. And that will tighten these up. So now you have tension. See, a lot of people don't understand how tension works. Okay? Let's see. I want to show you a little bit more because this one's got more stuff on it. And you have a minus and a plus on it, okay? Plus means more and minus means less, okay? So whatever you want to go with it. So if you turn it this way, you know, going that way, you're going to the positive, okay? When you turn it less, you know, going this way, you want it like lighter material. Heavy material, light material. I'm actually working with a medium material where it's just two thicknesses and a cotton, and you can go between a 3 and a 4, or sometimes a little bit stiffer. You want to go between a 4 and a 5, okay? But right now this is pretty loose, easy stuff to work with. Let's see. This is your hand wheel. When you want to do that bobbin, you can unscrew this, or you can have the bobbin running while you're sewing. But you just have to watch that bobbin so it don't get all messy, okay? Let's see what else I need to tell you. I think I did most of it. Well, let's go see what this thing sounds like. Oh, and this is one of those creepy little pedals that I explained these pillows before, these pedals, where you put your shoe here. I mean, some people you think you got to go this way with it, but actually it goes this way because your plug-in is always in the back. So you can see I didn't clean the foot pedal yet. I usually clean that too. But anyway, I just want to give you guys an idea. But you put your foot here, and when you're ready to sew, you move your foot down. And that's why they used shoes back then. That's for the shoe grip. And then this is the way you go. Everybody keeps thinking, oh no, it's this way. No, no, no. Plugins always go from the back on these foots. Everyone. Even the newer sewing machines, the plug-in is always in the back. This is the front. It has the slant. That's the front. This is where you put your shoe. You hold it up. When you're ready to sew, it comes down and hits this. So you're going to have your foot on there on a slant, and you just down. Just remember, this is your front, not your back. So I'm going to put this back here on the floor like this. Okay, so now we're going to like run this. I have to get my foot ready so I can do this. All right, and then you push down. And it's just sewed so beautifully. And you go up for reverse, and it will reverse for you. And then you go down, and you reverse. I have a guy that has one of these machines. Actually, his is a little different. I think he has the 401 G, and he likes it because the space here to here is great, and he makes like hockey equipment. He's a good friend of mine. I think he I don't know. I don't know if he's still doing it or not. I know he likes industrial sewing machines. Every time he gets a new one, he likes to come over and visit me and show me the new industrial sewing machine if he's up to it. Or I haven't really heard from him. I called him one day and actually texted him and said, "There's a lady that needs an industrial sewing machine worked on, and you always say you want more experience. Well, you know, if you need any help with it, you know, I think you have one like it." Anyway, so I'm going to get this ready for her for pickup tomorrow. Like that. And then pull this down. There you go. So this is your hub right here, you know. And don't over oil. See, sometimes it's over oil. You get it all over your material and stuff. I've been trying to wipe it off. This has been over oiled. I've been wiping and wiping and wiping, so it takes time. But anyway, this is your main hub. You don't want this ever to break, so always put your needle down, and that keeps it sturdy so it doesn't break, and your foot down so it doesn't break. So it's basically ready for her to pick it up, and I hope she enjoys her video. I used to have a whole bunch of these sewing machines, and I sold them all, and everybody loves them. So, and I haven't seen them come back. I got to put her a sticker right here, you know, that says that I have worked on her sewing machine. If you use your sewing machine a lot, every 3 months is recommended for a basic cleaning. If you want to wait 1 year, then they start acting very weird, and then you need a deep cleaning, and then you need that 2-hour cleaning that will actually help you out greatly. Anyway, I want you guys to have a blessed day. It's nice to see these old sewing machines come in. And hopefully I'll see more. Because right now I got a bunch of computerized ones coming in again. And I tell people all the time, you know, I don't work on the computer part, but I can work on the manual part of the machine. So if it's acting sluggish, it probably needs a good deep cleaning. And then after it's deep cleaning, it usually picks up and it runs beautifully. But if it's a computer issue, you need to find a manufacturer or a place that actually works on the computer part, because I can't really do that. I always tell people, if you can get that part fixed, bring the machine back and I'll give you a deep cleaning, because this way I know it's going to be running perfectly. But if it's got error, don't come to me. I can't help you. I mean, some errors I know, like error 6 means that you have a needle or something caught into a gear or a thread wrapped around the bottom. I think it's error 1 means your pressure foot's not down. I know I see that one a lot because I keep forgetting to put it down. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go and have a blessed night. I'm actually doing this at night. I'm going to start putting some sewing machines up that I'm selling. This is not one I'm selling. This is actually a lady's that she's going to come back and get it. She calls it her little girl. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye and have a blessed night.